I've already tried to make a video on this topic of nobody owes you anything. If you're like, but it failed. I couldn't get it right. Mainly because I grew up hearing that. Nobody owes you anything. I think that is one of those black and white kind of statements. And I agree with it in some, but not in other instances. Like I've done videos about this before over and over again since, I don't know, 4 years maybe. Every blue moon is I do not agree with the thought that people have to earn respect from you. You know, who are you that I want to earn something from anyway? I could have that attitude. But mine is no, we don't need to be teaching that to young people, because in their head, it is, to me, or anybody, to me it's like saying people owe you something. You know, like you are something extraordinary. You're human. We're all human. But what my view is, you give a person respect for being human, another human. And then if they do something to take away from that, that's a different story. Okay, but just to go around saying, oh, you owe me, yeah, that's like a high sense of entitlement. But on the same note, we need to give people respect. People you don't know, a level of respect, unless, of course, you know, you see danger right there. Okay, yeah, that's different. There are exceptions to every rule, but you get the gist of it. I'm not talking extremes here. And what I do think is that it is an extreme to say, and I never really liked that whole thing of nobody owes you anything. But yeah, how many of us have run across, you know, people who act like you owe them everything? They have that high sense of entitlement that you have, you know, they are entitled to for you to do this and you to do that. And no, I really don't. I don't owe you anything. See what I'm saying? The example I was trying to give, you know, like I said, I've already tried to make this video. In an earlier video I tried, is an example of when does somebody owe you something? Now, a lot of people these days, and I am shocked sometimes when I see this, especially lately, what I've seen it is in, well, I'm not going to say it, you know, it's a certain age group, but it's not all of them, but the ones I've seen, it just shocks me. It just does. Like, they are entitled for you to tell them everything about your background. No, you don't. Okay, especially online, when somebody wants to know things about, you know, like your phone number, your address, where you live, all this kind of stuff, more than just your you know, they can ask you like what state, and then they're going to go as far as to say your address, your phone number, like I said, and all this kind of stuff, you know, where they could dox you. No, you don't owe them that. Okay, you do not owe them that. Now, but they'll demand it. And also lately, that of seeing people demand to know about a person's mental disorders, if they have any, what are they? No, you do not owe them that. You do not have to tell them that. Period. People trying to state that you have to explain to them why you did or said what you did or said. No, you don't have to. You don't owe them that. Unless we all know there are exceptions. It might be a police officer. Would that police officer be online? You know, a police officer in person, or a judge, or, you know, some kind of, like your employer. Yeah. You might owe them that. Yeah. You know, if you're doing something wrong on the job, they might need to know why. We know those, we're not talking about that. Okay? What I'm talking about is just somebody else. Just some other, say you're on whatever social media, another person that's just another person on that social media. You don't owe them all that. But lately I've seen more and more people demanding that. No, really. Boundaries. Draw the line. You don't step over it. You're not going to step into my zone here. Stay in your own. You know, but they will ask you to explain yourself. Now, some people, yeah, they need to explain themselves. Okay. But, yeah, so such as somebody who is selling books, okay, on online, whether it's whatever it is, whatever social media it is, whatever social media platform that is, and they're like on mental health or some kind of health, some kind of exercise or diet or whatever it is, you need to know their credentials. And yeah, they need to give those. Okay, or forget it. Really, forget it. They don't want to give you the credentials? No. Me, myself, I would never, I have no business. I'm not going to be in any kind of, have my own brand in any kind of business online. Never had, never wanted to be, never will be. I've been online like this for 30 years. The next year will be 30 years. Never did have one. Don't plan on it. So I'm not about to, and I have been cyberstalked twice in these 30 years. And so I do not dox myself. I do not give my real name for nothing, nobody's real name, nobody, absolutely nobody that can be connected to me. I don't give my phone number out. I've given it out one time in the past, God, I don't know how many years, maybe, really, probably 15 years, to one person, and that's it. No, I don't dox myself. Like I said, I've been cyberstalked, and both times were pretty bad. So no, you learn your lesson. Just for the record, the second time it wasn't. I would say it's kind of cyberstalk, but it was more of a met him online, then met in person. Then he started stalking me. So in a way, it's not cyberstalk. First one, oh yeah, it was big time. And there were little bitty instances in between, yeah. But yeah, if somebody tries to get that kind of information out on you, in my area, in my suburb I live in, the suburb of Dallas, this suburb actually has some kind of I'm trying to remember the name of it because I'm not into those kind of cop movies and stuff, so I don't know all the lingo and everything. But would it be their own division for, things like cyber stalking and cyber, whatever, the internet, whatever? They had their own. And I found that out because I had a problem. So I called them, and yeah, they had that whole department or division or whatever it's called. And I would personally, if somebody's doing that to you, I would call your local one and find out. Find out what you should do. I don't know how it's going to work for you. I called mine. They told me what to do. So yeah. Basically, I've talked about cyberbullying, cyber stalking. And don't allow it. I know I'm not here to give advice, so that was me talking to me. I'm not an advice channel. I really am not. Mine's more of a vlog, and I'm talking about my experiences. And yeah, my experiences, don't do that. Don't give out, private information. Now, there are some people who, like I say, they're on the, like, say, YouTube, and they're wanting to sell their services, their books, their life coaching, their whatever it is, and they do give their names. To me, that's a risk, a big risk. That's my opinion. A lot of people do it. I would not do it personally. I would not do it. But that's their business, an actual business for them. And so people are going to ask, what are your credentials? I want credentials. I want to be able to look, find out, look it up online and find out. And that's not cyber stalking. If they're trying to find out your actual credentials to sell, say, this service or these books or whatever, unless they do go into cyber stalking. But to find out if you're worth spending however much on that book or that therapy or that, not therapy, but coaching. Sure, people give their real name for that, but like I said, 30 years of experience, mine would not be to have a business like that online, because it's really, to me, because of my experience. I don't have statistics, and I want to look this up. Actually, I have some articles that I could read on this, but yeah, I wouldn't do it. I worry about people who do that. I really do worry about people who do that. Now, having been cyber stalked, yeah, it's not good. Wasn't good for me. Don't know. I don't know about everybody else, but it was not good for me. Anyway, I'm kind of starting to ramble again, and so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. But I do want to talk about that, because, like I said, what I worry about, or did I put it this way, is the young people especially, who are defending, somebody old enough to be their parent. And they're on, like videos, making videos defending someone who is not right. My opinion. I'm not naming names, but yeah. And it worried me that young people were that, and I know that they're that, susceptible to something like that. So, anyway, wrapping it up. I'll talk to y'all later.